Hello everyone, I'm KB Kwan from TasteAsianFood.com. Today, I want to show you how to prepare snow skin mooncake. In Cantonese, we call it 冰皮月饼, and in Mandarin, 冰皮月饼. Sound interesting? And let me tell you why is that so special. The snow skin pastry, it is soft and it's chewy and it's best when it is served cold. So it's very much different from most of the Chinese dessert. Let me show you how to do it. You can get the recipe in the description right below the video and more information by following the link to the blog post. First, let's start with making the pastry. So here we have 20 grams of glutinous rice flour. And then we add the equal amount of the normal rice flour. Then icing sugar. Next, wheat starch. And 75 ml of milk. 10 ml of vegetable oil. For the pink color pastry, I'm using the strawberry flavored milk instead of the normal milk. For the brown color pastry, add a teaspoon of cocoa powder. For the green color pastry, you can add a teaspoon of green tea powder. But since I do not have green tea powder today, I'm using an alternative method. First, put the required amount of milk into the food processor. Then, cut a few sections of pandan leaf into it. And then blend the pandan leaf together with the milk. Pour the pandan flavored milk through the strainer into the flour and oil mix. And that's how I make the green color pastry. So now you have 4 different colors: the original color, the pink, the brown, and the green. If you do not want to make too many colors, you can just use one original color and increase the quantity 4 times of what I'm doing, and it is going to save you plenty of time. Now we use the electric mixer to combine all the ingredients into a batter. Do the same for the other 3, and now we have 4 bowls of batters with different colors. If you want to make sure that the batter doesn't have any lumps, pass it through a strainer. Steam the batter over medium heat until it is fully cooked. How long it takes to steam really depends on the volume. I only take about 10 minutes, but if you have a bigger volume, you may need more than that. You may need 15 to 20 minutes. So if you poke into it, and if the chopstick comes out clean, that means it is cooked. Now we can remove it from the steamer. Break it up with the chopstick. And do that for the remaining 3 colors. Once it has cooled down, put it onto a piece of cling film. Give it a few folds like folding pastry until the surface becomes shining. Okay, then wrap it up and put it into the chiller for half an hour before use. Now we move on to prepare the custard. Add the icing sugar to the softened butter. Combine the butter and the icing sugar without switching on the electric mixer first. Otherwise, the icing sugar will fly off everywhere because it is very light. When it is partially combined like this, then we can switch on and start to cream the butter and the icing. Cream the butter and icing until it is light and fluffy. The volume increases and the color turns a little bit pale. Then add the egg slowly. After you have added all the eggs, it will become a very diluted batter. Now add the milk powder and the wheat starch. Give it a good mix. Mix it until homogeneous and without lumps. Try not to over mix it. Steam the custard batter for 5 minutes over low to medium heat. Cover. After 5 minutes, remove the cover and use a spoon to scrape the side of it so that it will cook evenly. Then cover and continue cooking for another 5 minutes. Okay, now let's take a look. Yeah, it's getting much thicker now. So from now on, I will not cover it anymore, but I'll keep stirring like this. The filling is done when you use a scraper or a spatula to scrape the side and is able to scrape clean like this, and is able to fold it over like this. That means that it is now thick enough to use it as the filling for the mooncake. Heat up some glutinous rice flour in the pan. We are going to use the glutinous rice flour to dust the mooncake so that it will not stick on to the mold. We are not going to cook the mooncake anymore after molding, and that's why we want to cook the glutinous rice flour first, as nobody wants to eat raw flour. Cook the glutinous rice flour until it starts to smoke and the color turns a little bit yellowish, and that's when the glutinous rice flour is cooked. Now let's move on to wrap the custard with the pastry. Since the mold that I'm using is 50 grams, so I'm going to use equal portion of the pastry and the custard. That means it's 25 grams each. For the custard, it is also 25 grams each. Place the dough on cling wrap and then cover it with another piece of shrink wrap. Roll it out to form a circle. Remove the top layer of the shrink wrap. Place a piece of the custard right at the center, and then wrap up the custard with the pastry. The pastry is very soft, elastic, and it is a little bit like plasticine. So you can pull it, press it, or squeeze it. The goal is to make sure that the custard is encased inside fully. Wrap the remaining custard with the pastry to make the mooncake for the rest of the colors. Roll the mooncake in the flour and dust off the excess. Place the mooncake on the baking paper And then put the mold on top and press the mold downwards a few times to form the pattern. You can just eat it straight away, but it tastes better if it is served chilled. So I'm going to put it into the refrigerator. Now I take out the mooncake from the refrigerator after 30 minutes. Let's cut and take a look. The skin is chewy, not that sweet, soft, and the flavor matches perfectly with the custard. That's how I make snow skin mooncake with custard filling. If you like other fillings, you can always substitute the custard with others such as lotus paste or red bean paste. And I have included the link of the traditional mooncake also in the description right below this video. You can check it out. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscription button. And I will see you again in the next video. My name is Katie Kwan. Bye for now.